أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا رحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام ورب زدنا علما أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم ألهمنا رشدنا وأعذنا من شرور أنفسنا اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه آمين يا رب العالمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته إن شاء الله نستمر الدرس الرابع من الكتاب قصص النبيين آه، مؤلف هذا الكتاب شيخ أبو الحسن الندوي رحمه الله. ندرس الدرس الرابع إن شاء الله. إبراهيم يكسر إبراهيم يكسر الأصنام. قبل هذا الدرس نحن درسنا الدرس الأول من كسر الأصنام باعي الأصنام. الدرس الثاني ولد آزر. الدرس الثالث نصيحة إبراهيم. والآن نحن ندرس الدرس الرابع. إبراهيم يكسر الأصنام. ما إبراهيم في هذه الجملة إبراهيم هذه جملة اسمية وجملة اسمية. إبراهيم هنا مبتدأ ويكسر أصنام خبر. ونحن نعرف أن أنواع خبر الخمسة، وهنا خبر هذا الجملة الفعلية يكسر. كسر يكسر الأصنام، والأصنام مفعول به للفعل يكسر. وجاء يوم عيد ففرح الناس. جاء الفعل الماضي، فعل الماضي. يوم عيد مضاف إليه وهو فاعل. يوم عيد، يوم هنا فاعل للفعل جاء في الماضي. وجاء يوم عيد ففرح الناس. فرح الفعل الماضي أيضا. الناس الفاعل للفعل فرح. وجاء يوم عيد ففرح الناس. وخرج الناس للعيد وخرج الأطفال. وخرج الناس فاعل للفعل خرج. فعل ماضي. فعل ماضي مبني دائما. وخرج الناس للعيد وخرج الأطفال جمع تكسير لاسم طفل. الطفل 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 جمعه الأطفال. وخرج الناس للعيد وخرج الأطفال. وخرج والد إبراهيم. والد إبراهيم مضاف ومضاف إليه. إبراهيم ممنوع من الصرف لأنه هذا آه، يتضمن الفتحة آه، في آخر الحرف. والد إبراهيم. وخرج إبراهيم وخرج والد إبراهيم. والد إبراهيم هنا فاعل للفعل خرج. وخرج والد إبراهيم وقال لإبراهيم ألا تخرج معنا. ألا تخرج معنا. وقال لإبراهيم. قال فاعل هنا مستتر. تقديره هو يدل إلى والد إبراهيم. و وخرجوا والد إبراهيم وقال لإبراهيم معنى والد إبراهيم يقول لإبراهيم قال لإبراهيم ألا تخرج معنا. تخرج هنا فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة الظاهرة. لا لاء نافية وليس بلاء ناهية. لو هذا لاء نافية تخرج would have been it wouldn't have been تخرج. अगर ये لا नाफिया होता तो तखरुज क्या होता तखरुज. So it would have been تخرج فعل مضارع منصوب. Sorry, فعل مضارع مجزوم. If it was majzum, then la would have been la nahiya. But because this is takhruju, so it is marfu mudari marfu. So la is it's a simple negation. This la is a simple negation. La takhruj, Allah takhruj. Are you not going with us? Allah takhruju ma'ana. Are you not going with us? Who is saying? The father of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam is saying to Ibrahim. He said to Ibrahim that are you not uh, leaving with us, or are you not coming with us, or we can say are you not going with us. Takhruju kharaja yakhruju means to leave. Qala Ibrahimu ana saqimun. wa wa Ibrahim says that I'm sick. Wa hazal alfazu um, fi surah as-safat. الصفات هذا حوار يوجد في سورة صفات. قال إبراهيم سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام said أنا سقيم. He said I'm sick. وذهب الناس ذهب الناس وبقي. بقي معنى remain. بقي remain or remained. بقي إبراهيم في البيت. And Ibrahim عليه السلام remained في البيت. بقي فعل ماضٍ. ذهب فعل ماض again. So وذهب الناس الناس فاعل للفعل ذهب. إبراهيم فاعل للفعل بقي. وبقي إبراهيم في البيت. في البيت جار مجرور. So the people, it says and people went and Ibrahim alayhi salam remained in the house. وجاء إبراهيم إلى الأصنام. وقال للأصنام, and he said to the idols ألا تتكلمون. كلم يكلم. Now, when we bring this to the form 5, it becomes takallama. Takallama. This is from Mazid fi. And when we bring it into Madara, it will be tatakallamun. Now, the ta in the beginning here, you can see ala tasma'un is another verb used here. And both of these verbs are for masculine second person, masculine plural. And obviously, यहाँ पे Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is considering that the idols, obviously, if he's talking to the idols, he's using, we can see that he's using the masculine plural conjugation, right? When generally it's used for who? Humans. We use this for humans or intelligent beings. Now he's assuming that if they were worthy of being worshipped, right, they should have been intelligent, and thus he's addressing this speech to them. So you can see the use of the verb here, تتكلمون and تسمعون. ألا تتكلمون? Do you not speak? ألا تتكلمون? وألا تسمعون? Do you not hear? It is سمع يسمع. سمع يسمع from ثلاثي مجرد, that is the basic verb, but تتكلمون is from the مزيد فيه. هذا طعام وشراب. هذا طعام وشراب. This is food and drink. ألا تأكلون? Do you not eat? ألا تأكلون ألا تشربون? Do you not drink? A second person plural. تأكلون تشربون. وسكتت الأصنام لأنها حجارة لا تنطق. Now سكتت is the verb سكت. سكت. So سكت فعل ماض وفاعله مستتر تقديره هو سكت. So if you do the conjugation, it will be sakata, sakata, sakatu, sakatat. Right? Sakatat will be for feminine here. Sakatat. Ta would have a skun. And then we have the file here, al asnam. Al asnam is idols. It means translation, and it is it's a non-human plural here, right? So we're going to treat it as feminine singular. So how would we treat? Which verb form will we bring for the non-human plural would be, and when we treat it as singular feminine, this will be sakatat. Now, because sakatat, we have to join it. Iltiqa sakanain is prohibited, right? You can see that there is a schoon on lam here, and alif is hamzatul wasl, so it gets dropped. We don't read hamzatul wasl when it comes in the middle. Now, it comes in the middle, this word, so hamzatul wasl gets dropped. This is al alif lam at lam at ta'rif. We say that this is muhalla bi al, this word. So alif gets dropped and lam has a schoon. Now we got two schoons here. Ta has a schoon, lam has a schoon. So iltiqa'u sakinain is not prohibited. Meeting of two schoons is not prohibited. So this one gets a kasra. Otherwise, this kasra here, we should know first that this kasra is not that from the original verb, right? This is only put there so that we do not get into the situation where we have two schoons back to back. So just to make our reading easier, we put the kasra because two schoons are not prohibited over a kasra. Otherwise, you will never see that a verb in Arabic is majroor ever. It's not possible. So this is not majroor at all. Okay, a verb can never be majroor. Verb can be marfu, verb can be mansub, verb can be majzoom. That is mudari'. Madi, obviously, it's mabni, but I'm talking verbs in general. Verbs in general, you take any verb, a verb, you can find a verb as marfu, it can be mansub, it can be majzoom, but a verb can never be majroor. With respect to the nouns, you can have noun as marfu, it can be mansub, it can be majroor, but a noun can never be majzoom. So it's majzoom is only specific and restricted to verbs, and majroor is special and restricted to nouns. All right. So we have sakatat, right? What sakatat? So verb is sakata. So sakatat means to remain silent, to be silent or remain silent. Was sakatatil asnam. Was sakatatil asnam. Was sakatatil asnam. And the idols remain silent. Li annaha. Li anna. So we have anna plus li. That's because. Li anna means because. Because li annaha, because they. Because ha goes to asnam, right? It's plural. So ha is again going to the asnam because we have to treat it as singular feminine, but we will not translate it as it, or we will not translate it as she, will translate it as they because it's referring to the plural. We have to always look for where this ha is going, where this ha is pointing to. Any damir that you come across, or always look for where this damir is pointing to. So this ha is pointing to al asnam, so it'll be they. In English, we're going to say they. So or we can simply say sakatat al asnamu. The idols remain silently annaha because they hajaratun, because they are stones. Hajaratun, it's a plural. Hajaratun because they are stones. Li annaha hajaratun because they are stones. La tantiqu. So the verb nataqa yantiqu. Nataqa means to speak. So we have tantiqu. Again, this is so we have yantiqu, tantiqu, tantiqu, antiqu, nantiqu. Right? That means to speak. So one who is a speaker, you will call him natiqun, speaker. But speakers plural, natiquna. That's the reason why we have the book Durusul Lughat al-Arabiya, the basic Arabic book that we study, written by Dr. Abdul Rahim, rahimullah, Durusul Lughat al-Arabiya li ghayr natiqina biha. So natiqina, غير ناطقين, non-speakers. ناطقين obviously here is the majroor form of ناطقون. So the name of the book دروس اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين, for non-speakers. So we have ناطقين, ناطقون, ناطق, and you have the verb تنطق. نطق. نطق is the madi. نطق means he speaks. ينطق, he is speaking. ينطق. So لا تنطق, right? We have, and where do we go? وسكتت الأصنام لأن حجرة لا تنطق, right? Because they are stones and they لا تنطق, they do not speak. قال إبراهيم, Ibrahim said, ما لكم لا تنطقون. Now تنطقون here هنا جمع. So we have ينطق, ينطقان, ينطقون, تنطق, تنطقان, تنطقون. تنطقون second person plural. ما لكم لا تنطقون. So Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam saying, what's with you? ما لكم, what's with you? لا تنطقون, why you don't speak? وسكتت الأصنام وما نطقت. Now هنا نطقت, نطقت, هذا فعل, فعل ماض, and فاعله مستتر, تقديره هي, يدل إلى أصنام. نطقت وسكتت الأصنام وما نطقت. And you can see that this نطقت, it's past tense, right? Madi. Its negation is done by ma, because obviously the negation of the past tense will be done with the ma, and the negation of the present mudari'a will be done by la. That's the reason why, if you see it in the previous sentences, you can see that here we have tasma'una, all of these are mudari'a, and you can see negation done by la. La tasma'un, la ta'kulun, la tashrabun, la tantiq, la tantiqun, right? All of these are mudari'a, and their negation is done by la an-nafiya. And then we have the negation done of the past madi by amma. So we call it ma an-nafiya. Wasakatatin asnamu, and the idols remain silent. Wama nataqat, and did not speak. ठीक है, did not speak. दोनों के दोनों यहाँ पे past tense है. And sakatat, it gets a kasra because again iltika sakinain, otherwise it was same. Nataqat, sakatat, it was same. All right, then we have, moving forward. حينئذ غضب إبراهيم وأخذ الفأس. وأخذ الفأس. الفأس هنا مفعول به لفعل أخذ. أخذ means to take. الفأس means X. So حينئذ, thereupon. Thereupon غضب إبراهيم. Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Islam became angry. غضب إبراهيم وأخذ الفأس, and he took the axe. Axe. Axe by which you chop off the trees, right? The axe. Thereupon Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Islam became angry and he took the axe. وَضَرَبَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ. Daraba means to beat, or it can also mean to hit, right? So وَضَرَبَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ, strike, huh? It can also mean to strike. وَضَرَبَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْأَسْلَامِ بِالْفَأْسِ. So Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Islam, he striked, or we can say he hit the idols bil-fa'si, with the axe. So you can see we use the preposition here, be utilizing, or you can say using the axe. So he hit them by the axe. وكسر الأصنام, and the idols broke. أصنام مفعول به, وكسر الأصنام. وترك, ترك يترك, to leave. Like I've given that example time and again. That famous quote that's been quoted in the Bible and the other books as well, of Hazrat Isa, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, says, Allah, Allah, lama taraktani, oh God, why have you forsaken me? In Aramaic, it is Elai, Elai, lama sabaqtani. but it's Allah Allah mataraktani when you translate that to Arabic. Tarak means to forsake. Taraka yatruku. These are the words that are quoted there. We don't know about their authenticity. Wataraka Ibrahimu and Ibrahim Sayyidina Ibrahim taraka yatruku जिसको हम उर्दू में बोलेंगे छोड़ देना. So we can say again left, but that's not the same left as kharaja. Kharaja is different, taraka is different. This will be to किसी चीज को छोड़ देना, तर्क करना. وترك إبراهيم الصنم الأكبر. But and Ibrahim, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he left, उन्होंने छोड़ दिया as-sanam al-akbara. This is as-sanam means the idol. Al-akbaru, it's here akbara because this is maf'ulun bihi and it's the nat al-akbara, the akbara, the bigger idol. The big akbara means the biggest of their idol, big idol who was there. So he left them. He left it. He left it. Wa allaka. So Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam left the biggest idol. Wa allaka al-fas, and he hung al-fasa, the axe, fi unuqihi, on its neck. Unuqun. Unuqun. What is unuqun? Neck. Unuqun is neck. Unukuhu means his neck or its neck. Now, because it is jar majroor here, we have fi coming, so it'll be unukihi. And unukihi here is mudaf and mudaf ilayh, his neck. Or we can say its neck here. Whose neck? As-sanamu. Sanam means the idol, biggest idol. Allaka, you can see the same allaka. It's used in the Quran. Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. Khalaq al-insan. Khalaq al-insana min alaq. Like the commentators say that alaka would be something that clings, something that attaches. So here it will mean alaka. It's used as a verb here. Uh, it will mean he hung the axe. Huh? He attached the axe, or he put the axe. We can put it like this, but the right way we can translate is he hung the axe on its neck. وَتَرَكَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الصَّنَمَ الْأَكْبَرَ وَعَلَّكَ الْفَأْسَ. Allaka has a shadda, so this is again mazid fi. Allaka. Like you have sabbaha. Sabbaha lillahi ma fis samawati wal ard. Or we have sabbih ismi rabbikal ala. Then we have alladhi khalaqa fasawwa. Wallazi qaddara. Now again, form 2 is used there. So if we have the verb wherein ayn kalima has a shadda, this becomes the form 2 verb. So here we have the form 2, allaka. Like we have sabbaha, or we have qaddara. Qaddara fahada. Right? So they have their own features, these groups. وَعَلَّكَ الْفَأْسَ فِي أُنُقِهِ, and he hung the axe on its neck. All right, so here this one also gets completed. Now we move to the fifth, al-juzu al-khamis. We move to the fifth part. Man fa'ala hadha. Who did this? Man fa'ala hadha. Hadha jumlatu al-istifham. Man fa'ala hadha. Who did this? وَرَجَعَ النَّاسُ وَدَخَلُوا فِي الْبَيْتِ الْأَسْنَامِ. People returned and they entered fi bayti asna. Mudaf mudaf ilay. Bayt gets a kasra because of fi, and asnam is mudaf ilay. So waraja an-nasu wa dakhalu fi bayt al-asnam. Wa arada an-nasu, arada yuridu. It would mean people intended. Wa arada an-nasu, and people intended an yasjudu. An yasjudu lil asnami li'annahu yawmu'idin. ولكن تعجب الناس وادهشوا. New words we have here, and we can memorize these words and we can use them in the sentences as well. And there's a very good construction that's been used, a very good word that's been used here. An yasjudu. Now we have the verb sajada yasjudu. Now yasjudu, yasjudani, yasjuduna. So we have yasjuduna, but in mudariya we don't have yasjudu. What is yasjudu? We have yasjuduna, right? Now when we know that fi'l al-mudariya has 3 forms: marfu, mansub, and majzum. Now when we have the a verb from al-af'alu al-khamsa. What does it mean? Al-af'alu al-khamsa are those verbs whose marfu form is represented by the presence of noon, thubuti noon. And their mansub and majzum form is represented by the hasfi noon. Right? So if we have to convert a, a verb from al-af'alu al-khamsa from fil mudari'a, uh, we have to drop the noon. So the moment we drop the noon, it becomes mansub or it becomes majzum, depending upon the usage. Now here, because we have an, so an plus mudariya, remember it, if we have the construction like an plus fi'lun mudariya, that would be masdar mu'awwal, right? So this would be the masdar mu'awwal, infinitive, what we call it. Masdar would be the infinitive one. So what happens, an plus masdar mu'awwal, it again gives us the meaning of the masdar. So we have, so how we translate is yasjuduna would be they are prostrating. Wa arada nasu an yasjudu, and people intended to prostrate, right? People intended to prostrate an yasjudu, or we can say, and people intended that they prostrate. Both translations correct. And if you can use this kind of construction in a sentence, you're really on the right track in learning Arabic. Wa arada nasu an yasjudu, and people intended that they do sajda, they prostrate lil asnam, to the idols, li'annahu yawmu Eidin, because it is the day of Eid. Li'annahu, because it is the day of Eid. Walakin, so lakin is like however, you can say but, like we use in Urdu, lekin. Ta'ajjaba. Now ta'ajjaba, you can see fata fata fata, and we can see ajjaba, and we see form 5 plus, sorry, we see form 2 plus ta in the beginning, so that it becomes form 5. So this verb is form 5 verb. Ta'ajjaba, ta'ajjaba, tafa'ala, tabassama, tamanna. So all these verbs are the form 5 from mazid fi. So you have ta'ajjaba, walakin ta'ajjaba. So ta'ajjaba would mean astonished. And they, because the people, uh, walakin ta'ajjaba nas, right? Nas would be the file of ta'ajjaba. Wadahishu. Now dahishu is it's normal from our basic verb dahishu. It means shocked. So however the people, walakin, so wa arada nasu, let's do it from here. Wa arada nasu an yasjudu, and people intended to prostrate to the idols because it is the day of Eid. Walakinna ta'ajjaba nasu wadahishu. However the people, because astonished and they were shocked. Walakin ta'ajjaba. We can say they became shocked, right? They were shocked and they got astonished with what they see. Now, what did they see? Obviously, they saw the idols were broken, right? So let's continue. Wa ta'assafa nasu wa ghadibu, and people became regretful. Ta'assafa, they became regretful. Wa ghadibu, and they became angry. Ghadibu, ta'assafa. Again, this is form 5. You see ta'ajjaba form 5, ta'assafa form 5, and before this we see another one, yatakallama. And that was again form 5. Ta'assafa is madi. Ta'ajjaba is madi. Dahishu is madi. Ghadibu is madi. So when we have the words like ta'ajjaba, their mudariya would be yata'ajjaba. Ta'assafa, yata'assafa. Like that. So this is not mudariya. This is madi. For Mazid Fi. Mazid Fi has its own rules and regulations, so that's different. Then we have, moving forward, Qalu, they said, Man fa'ala haza bi alihatina. Alihatina, alihatun. Alihatun is the plural of ilahun. Ilahun means God, like a small d, something that we worship. Its plural is alihatun. So bi alihatina, man fa'ala haza bi alihatina. Who did this with our gods? Qalu, they said, Sami'na fatan. Sami'na fatan, a young boy. Sami'na fatan. We have heard, Sami'na, we heard a young boy يذكرهم, mentioning them. يقال له إبراهيم. He is called Ibrahim. يقال له إبراهيم. سمعنا فتى. So they're saying سمعنا فتى. We heard a young boy. يذكرهم, mentioning them. يقال له إبراهيم. He is called Ibrahim, and يقال here is, it's a passive way. It's a passive form here. قال يقول. يقول becomes يقال. It's a passive form. You call له Ibrahim, and he's called Ibrahim. قالوا, they said, أنت فعلت هذا بآلهتنا يا إبراهيم. So they said, did you do this to our gods, O Ibrahim? أنت فعلت هذا? Did you do this بآلهتنا with our gods, Ibrahim? قال, he said, بل فعله كبيرهم. Now what he said? He said, rather, كبيرهم هذا, this big one. فاسأل, this big one did it, huh? This big one, one of them, he did it. فاسألوهم. So ask him, in kanu yantiqun. So ask him, if, ask them if they can speak. Right? So ask them, فاسألوهم in kanu yantiqun. So ask them if they can speak. So قال بل فعله كبيرهم هذا فاسألوهم in kanu yantiqun. Right? Ask them if they can speak. He's the one who did it. وَكَانَ النَّاسُ يَعْرِفُونَ أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ حَجَرَةٌ. And people knew that al-asnama hajara, the asnam are the stones, the idols are the stones. People knew that. يَعْرِفُونَ عَرَفَ يَعْرِفُ يَعْرِفُونَ. وَكَانُوا يَعْرِفُونَ, and they knew, they were knowing أَنَّ الْحِجَارَةَ, that the stones لا تسمع ولا تنطق. They do not hear and they do not speak. They knew it. وَكَانُوا يَعْرِفُونَ, and they were recognizing, they were knowing, anna sanama al akbara, that the biggest idol, aidan hajar, is also stone, is also a stone. Wa anna sanama al akbara, and that the biggest idol, la yaqdiru an yamshia wa yataharraka. They also were knowing that the biggest idol is not able to walk. La yaqdiru an yamshia, masha yamshi, an yamshia وَيَتَحَرَّكَ, that it's not able to, uh, cannot move or cannot walk. So we have an yamshia. Again, yamshia gets a fatha at the end, because we have an coming here, right? An yamshia. So when you have an plus fi'l mudariya, it gets a fatha. Otherwise, masha yamshi is from it is a nakis verb, but in nakis verb, what happens? It gets a fatha. We do not drop the ya in this case. So it gets a fatha. An yamshia wa yataharraka, and muha. Wa anna dhamma, wa anna as-sanama al-akbara, and that the biggest idol, la yaqdiru an yakasir al-asnam. Biggest idol is not able to break, an yaksir al-asnam, is not able to break the idols. La yaqdiru an yakasira, or we can say is not able, that he breaks the idols. That's also the translation, huh? That he breaks the idols. Both are right. فَقَالُوا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ فَقَالُوا, so they all said to the Ibrahim, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, أَنْتَ تَعْلَمُ, you know, أَنَّ الْأَصْنَامَ, that the idols, لَا تَنْطِقُ, do not speak. قال إبراهيم, Ibrahim said, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam said, فَكَيْفَ تَعْبُدُونَ الْأَصْنَامِ, so how you worship the idols? وَإِنَّهَا لَا تَضُرُّ وَلَا تَنْفَعُ, for they do not cause any harm to you and they do not benefit you. فَكَيْفَ تَسْأَلُونَ, how do you ask al-asnam? وَإِنَّهَا لَا تَنْطِقُ وَلَا تَسْمَعُ أَلَا تَفْهَمُونَ شَيْئًا, don't you understand anything? أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. What's the meaning of أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ? Don't you have any sense, right? أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, don't you understand? Don't you have any sense? أَلَا تَفْهَمُونَ شَيْئًا, don't you understand anything? وَسَكَتَ النَّاسُ وَخَجِلُوا, وَسَكَتَ النَّاسُ وَخَجِلُوا, the people became quiet, right? Silent. Sakata النَّاسُ وَخَجِلُوا, and they became embarrassed. خَجِلُوا, Khajila is the uh, base form, is the root khajila. That means to become embarrassed, to become ashamed. وَخَجِلُوا, and they all became ashamed. And I guess that would be the end of the fifth portion of this. So I studied part number 4 and part number 5 of this today. And with that, we will end the session. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.